supposed to DJ, but then they went and got a little boogie.
Okay.
So, well, I didn't feel shame, whatever, little boogie radio personality at the time, so I was just doing radio remote, different DJs. And so he came on and, I kept telling him all night, man, it's too much trouble coming through those piezo's. You know what I'm saying? Those piezo's can't handle the power of the horns.
Right.
And, you can't play with those, type of speakers like that. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, man. I've been doing this, going on 4 years now. I go, man, I've been doing this 14 years. Okay.
Right.
And I'm saying, man, you run. So, we got the party, and it was jamming too. And then finally, original Godfather came in and he did his thing. He was turning it up. But right in the mix, middle of Lil Boogie, it was right in the middle of the set. That's when the crowd is the greatest. Right in the middle.
Right.
And they coming in like mad. Victor Center it may hold maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Wow.
For real. If you just pack them in. And it was pretty packed. It was elbow room only, and man, Eddie, the system went down.
Wow. Yeah, I think I was there that night too. Matter of fact, I was there that night.
Yeah. I mean, most of the night. And you know what? I ain't gonna say I'm evil or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right around the corner, I had some speakers. Just told. I mean, it was just the next block over.
Right.
The fact that he just blew me off, you don't know what you're talking about, and gone, little man, and
right.
The fact that he just blew me off. I could have just stayed his set. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no backup plan, no nothing. He was calling around. I remember that night. Calling around. Now, I'm tempted to just say, well, let's just go around the corner and get the EVs I had,
Right.
But he said, nah, he calling around. So let him learn a lesson, maybe, because sometimes you just can't, But if he'd have came to me different, man, we'd have just carried him up by hand. You hear me? Right on in.
Right.
But, that's, like I said, that's why I don't, downplay any of my peers or anybody, so far as, this DJ, this, rapping thing, man. I don't downplay you. I just grade you on performance.
Right.
I perform in front of the people. That's the only way I can look at you, Anyway, any other way, man, if somebody's trying to tell me something, I listen. I really do. Because they may know something I'm not experienced at knowing.
Right.
You never get through, never get too old to learn,
That's right. You sure right, man.
Bringing up some good points. It's just good to talk to you, Rick, man. You need to come on back.
That's the game plan, man. That's the game plan. It's just a plan and work. But yeah, that'll work, man. But you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get you and the original Godfather, get you on the line at the same time.
Yes.
And do a conference interview between you and Larry. So see if we can work on that. Yeah.
Oh man, Larry got some stories.
I bet y'all do.
It's about hating. It's about hating, man.
Man, I bet y'all got some stories, man.
Yeah, I remember one. Now I'm gonna bring up one of the stories we may bring up. We were leaving out of the Touch of Class, and Larry just reached over and grabbed me, man, and he gave me a hug. He said, "Man, nah, I ain't no gay guy, no nothing like that." He said, "Man, I'm glad you're on my team, man." He said, "These guys really, man, they say some of the most underhanded things about you, man. But it's all about, how you perform. He brought that up again. And I'm like,
right.
Wow. he say, man, you be tearing it up. And then those guys really, behind your back, they really envy you. But I didn't want them to envy me. I wanted them to, befriend me,
Right.
I want a lot of them to just do sets with me, but they had so much hate in their heart. And I started to see it in their face,
Right.
Man, all you have to do is just do what you do best, man. People appreciate you. You are who you are.
Right.
And a lot of you guys are named. You know what I'm saying? They weren't you're not the plain basement DJ. Of yesteryear. You're out on the circuit. You're a name. People know you. You know what I'm saying? And you're still getting mad at me, and I'm not even. I wasn't even. I didn't never see myself that way, but I wasn't even top tier.
Right.
So far as DJing, now rapping, that was my forte. You know?
Right.
But DJing, I taught a lot of DJs, Charlie Chan, Needles. I got a pretty good resume, man. I probably got a pretty good resume going on down the line. So there's a lot of DJs that came through the camp that partially knew how to DJ, but didn't quite know the other steps. Like a lot of them could mix like crazy, couldn't cue a record.
Right. They didn't have the techniques together.
A lot of them could cue a record, but couldn't cut a record.
Right.
Couldn't cut into the next record.
Right.
A lot of them didn't have the time, and their mix timing was off.
Right.
Cool boy, I'm gonna say it. Cool Oldie.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't have the timing right, but I helped him on the pitch. So, and I'm gonna go to the grave saying this: if you get off to yourself and you have a craft that that you are made for, work at it, present it to the people, let them receive the gift also, and you can also profit financially from it.
Right.
If you're an auto mechanic and you're good, be an auto mechanic, okay?
There you go.
Don't try to be something else that you're not.
Yeah, don't try to be a surgeon when you work on cars.
Absolutely.
Right. Right.
And we get that a lot, and it's sad, but true, it's sad but true, there's a lot of doctors that shouldn't be in the hospital either.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, because I know back in the day, man, a couple of folks didn't like me. I don't know if it was because of knowledge that I knew or whatever the case was, but look, it didn't faze me because I wasn't there to please them. So it didn't bother me what, one iota. I can care less if a person don't like me. My thing is the man upstairs, if he pleased with me and my performance. So what man think, it don't make no bit of difference. To me it don't. So. Yeah, that was a young man thing. A young man always want to be accepted by all the guys. He want to be. I ain't trying to be better than you. This thing. In fact, I used to downplay myself a lot. Right.
Just so I could be, sort of accepted as a friend instead of you looking at me, as that's the enemy.
Right.
Enemy walked in, or I gotta, when I walk in the door, I gotta upgrade myself.
Right.
I wasn't out to prove anything at that time. I was just out doing me, for real, and I'm still the same way. Doing me. I had a gift. I knew how to write, and you know what I'm saying. Hey, it's left from there. If you know how to do it, you do it. Is that right, Rick?
That's it. Yep, like you say, get to yourself and work on your craft or work on your art and become better. Try to be better than what you were yesterday.
Absolutely.
Instead of sitting there, oh man, I can't do this because of that. And man, look, if I look at it like this, if a person want to sit on a pity pot, let him sit on that pity pot. And you know what the end result is? He sit on that pot all by himself anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while you got idle time doing nothing, Be productive.
Be productive. That's all. And that's all I really just wanted to focus on, just being the best me I could be. I wasn't looking at, I believe that's why those guys salary cap themselves. You hear me? Like they put a roof and limited themselves to, what they could, barely do.
Right.
Because they try to go beyond what they could do.
Right.
I got that, man. I mean, I'm not mad at them. Hey, you did it your way, I did it my way, and when we get these old school reunions, going, I'm glad I'm finally getting the little props that I felt I deserved back then, because I knew, and something I'm saying for real, I knew I was better than they were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, and then when it come out, it created anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I just go back to the basement and practice like I did.
Right.
All you have to do.
But see, a lot of people don't want to work at being better. They don't want to work at it. It's too much work involved for them to do that. They got to rack their brain in order to come up with something better. But if they can take what you got and manipulate it into their fashion, or it's gravy. But they still didn't put in the work, because you originally put in the work, and they just copying what you already done.
Yeah.
So how does that make them better at their craft if they are imitators?
And then I would just say, and I'll throw it back in their face. You copy my music, steal my rhymes, and commit all kinds of copycat crimes. You can fool the crowd, but you can't fool me. The Rock and Echo from GFC. You make me mad. Your example of me makes me look bad. Not only steal mine, steal others too. Ideas we made and they made you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could throw that back at them, easily, and they'd be like, guilt-ridden. You can say I threw it in sentence, man, because I already know who was the real and who was,
right,
who was the original, and they was stealing and, like you say, what they call biting. Bite a little off of him and bite a little bit off of him and make themselves, look good, but so that's why they didn't have the battle substance to battle me, because I'm on the spot. I'm gonna start digging stuff out the earth.
Right. But see, a lot of battle DJs don't have that skill. A lot of them don't.
I found that out. Actually, the guys that I was feared the most, I didn't fear them at all after I saw, literally they were just repeating the same thing.
Right.
If when I first heard, raps and stuff from guys, and then, I said, man, that's impressive. That is great. What does he got to come up with next? And then the years just went by, and I came up with nothing next. But then when he did come up with something new, I heard that before.
Right.
I heard that off a record before.
Right.
I heard that off my fellow rappers who I knew could write. I heard it from them before, and they would just take pieces of other people's materials.
Right.
I was like, wow. But I'm always coming original. Always. I'm always coming original, man. How much time I got left?
A couple of more seconds, man.
How many?
Couple of more seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna break it on now. Get on with the bullshit, skedaddle. MCs like me get burned to the MC battle. There's a hole in your story like a man very energy. I'm the principal. Don't let me be the one who suspends you. Because if you don't know it by now, I'm Echo, the best MC in St. Louis and Mo. Can't wait before the Jock and Steins and the Nellies. Who came before Shotgun Cup? Tell me, they can't beat Funk and RET, the We Jock Force in the South City, Hum Crew, and the STP set it off in the east side of the city. Want to dispute as the old school jocks, as LA Hollywood or Holly Rock, as Shotgun himself, Ray Super Jock. They all came after me whether you like it or not. Radio gets with mute on the streets until KK